Dr. Bill Adams here. And this month, I would like to talk to you a little bit about the Aesthetic Society endorsed aesthetic fellowships. And I brought with me my superb fellow, Dr. Dave Tour, who's been with us this entire year and just actually getting ready to go into practice in less than a month. But Dave, now residents, this is different than 20 years ago. Residents are coming out of their residency and going straight into doing just aesthetic surgery. And aesthetic surgery has become incredibly popular. It's become, I think, even more important than it was even 20 or 30 years ago. So what do you think has been the big value for you in doing a Aesthetic Society endorsed aesthetic fellowship?
Sure. Well, I think the biggest thing is just the experience I've gotten this year. I've done hundreds and hundreds of cases with the surgeons that have spent their whole career developing these techniques and perfecting them. And so, the time it would have taken me in practice on my own to get that volume of experience, you could be looking at easily 5 or 10 years and I'd be figuring out a lot of those things on my own. So I think that concentrated experience, both the quality and the value of the education, has been huge, because now I feel very well prepared to go out and practice and do everything from, more minor procedures up to the most complicated, operations, which I would frankly not have been ready to do coming right out of training.
I can certainly be the first one to attest that your level of expertise now is so much greater than mine was coming out of residency. So I think it's certainly served you well. But I think that, again, we say at the Aesthetic Society, expertise matters. And so as you're going into your career, I think this year concentrated aesthetic fellowship is going to serve you well. And I think, for those that might think about doing an aesthetic fellowship, this is something to think about. But also, if you're somebody's been in practice for a while, I think it's a very enriching experience interacting with these great young individuals, and there is opportunity. I think in general we need more endorsed fellowships, so please inquire with the society if you have any interest in potentially putting on one of these fellowships, and we'd be happy. I certainly can answer any questions. You can contact me anytime if you'd like. I can walk you through some of the details. So, Aesthetic Society endorsed fellowships, they're a great value not only for the fellow, but for those of us training the fellow. And we will see more and more of the endorsed fellows serving as educators and leaders in our specialty over the next 20 years, which will be a great thing. So thanks again, Dave.
Thanks for having me.